I want to take a few moments to introduce U.S. government and how this class is going to work. Um, I do a process called Flip Mastery. Flipping just means instead of me standing in front of the classroom, I have created lectures or, excuse me, videos over all of my lectures. I have my own YouTube channel. If you want to go there, you can find all of them, but I have placed all of them on this web page. So everything that you need for this class is on this web page. Excuse me. I have the rules for you. There's a grading rubric, um, a retest request, and then I will be putting the pacing guide up here. So this is the generic first opening introductory page. When you're ready to get started, you'll click on Unit 1. And here's a copy of the Constitution. I will give you a copy of that on the first day, but then you'll just work through all three of these. And when you go to this page, there is a I can statement page that just tells you all of the things that you need to do, and it also has sample test questions. For every single page that I have, I give you test questions, which these are the things that I expect you to do. I will always give you resource questions. These are just kind of like a study guide. And then under here are the resources. Typically there'll be a video that I've created for this first one. There's actually a tutorial, which is a video that you'll work through, but it's not one of mine, and it's not a YouTube page. Then there are handouts down here, and so I have links, and you'll pull those up. You'll go to the library, and then you will print those off. And when you feel like you are ready to move on and you've mastered this, for every page, it will, for each one of these, there will be a quiz at the end. You take the quiz and you're actually going to grade the quiz. And we will talk about all of this in class. This is just a general introduction. So when you're finished with that one and you've done all the activities, you move on to this one. And so once again, you have your I can statements for this page. You have your resource questions. Here are my videos that I have created that answer the questions up there. And then here are some additional handouts and things that you need to be working on that will help you understand this. Not exactly sure why I designed this the way I did, but on the right side are all the things that I think that you will need or will the bare minimum to understand what it is that you're going to have to know for the test. Anything on the left-hand side are going to be additional things, not required, but some students need to hear it a different way. And so anything that I find that is extra will be put on the left-hand side. So you'll take the quiz for this one, you'll come back, here's your I can statements for this one, gives you an overview, a checklist of all the things, example test questions. Here are your resource questions that go along with your video. Here are the handouts. We'll be getting into and getting you a iCivics account set up. So there are games in there, there are web quests, DBQs, and things like that. So when you finish, and there are 3 tabs under Unit 1, when you get through all of this and you have taken all the quizzes and you feel like you're ready for the test, all you have to do is come and ask me for the test. So this is at your own pace. When you finish, you finish. You come to me. I'll give you your folder. I keep all your tests and quizzes in a folder in my room, and you will have access to that so that you can study for the final. Once again, this is at your own pace. Now that can be a good thing or that can be a bad thing. I had students last year finish a month early. I had students go up to the very last day, and then I also had a few students who had to come in for 2 days after school was out to finish this up. It's really designed that if you come in for 47 minutes and work and not get on your computer and watch movies or play games or be on your phone your whole entire time, you should be able to get this course done. And when I say that, I'm talking about the average student. Obviously, there are some students who struggle and are going to need a little more time. You might have to spend some time outside of class. And then those of you who will find that you are moving right along through this. You have already a general knowledge of government and how it works, and this is for some of you just going to be some review, and it makes perfect sense. So that's why I think this process works really well. You get to determine what pace. I'm not the one that is saying I'm giving a test today regardless of whether you are ready or not. There are different levels of ability, and then we also have schedules. Some of you are in sports, some of you work 40 hours a week. There's all kinds of situations. We have days where we're not here or students are being called out. We have fog delays, we have e-learning days. Hopefully this process takes care of all of that. And you know where you're at all times. You know what the expectation is. And you know where you have to be at the end of the 9 weeks and then at the end of the semester. So there is that. I'm going to briefly go over concerns about the internet. We have a share drive here, and I have placed all the videos and handouts that I can in the share drive. There might be a few things that you can only get to if you go online. So if you have issues with the internet at home, those are, and like I said, there's only a couple of things that I have run across that you can't do, or that you actually have to have the internet to do. So if you know that you're going to have internet issues and you want to move all of the handouts and all of the videos, the share drive, if you click down here on Finder, yep, didn't want to do that. Let's see. I'm already at Finder, so let's close all this out. If you click on Go, connect to server, and this should be in this address line, and if it's not, type that in there and just hit connect. That takes you to the share drive for SHS. You're going to double click on it, then you're going to find my name and double click on it, and then you're going to go to government, and then here are my folders, and then instead of basically, I guess, figuring out what you need, if you just want the video notes, here's the folder for that. You can just take and drop and drag the folder onto your desktop. If you want to take the whole entire folder, you can also do that. So, and that's how that works. Get these back to where they need to. So the videos and handouts will be in the share drive. If you move them to your desktop, you do not need the internet to get to those. So hopefully that takes care of the internet issues. So if you have any questions, let me know.